Welcome to Taboo Talks, a body electric conversation series where we talk all things taboo. Whether it's the intersection between religion and spirituality, intergenerational relationships, fetishes, kink, or other things that we are up to at the Body Electric School, this is the place for taboo. And so today's question and exploration is around the main things that we took away from our first CBE experience. And I want to start with Tom this time. Your main takeaway from your first celebrating the body erotic.
Takeaway was complete opposite of what I've been raised with all my life. Was, in Western society, we're taught that men are supposed to suck it up and they're not supposed to share their feelings. The last thing you want to do is show somebody a weakness. What I learned in this weekend was that there was strength in vulnerability. And we learned that when you create a safe container, like the CBE was, that you can go in there and you can be yourself. You can be vulnerable. You can be naked in front of a group of strangers if you choose to be naked. And that's pretty vulnerable. When you just walk in, you don't know anybody, you don't get naked right away. You don't have to get naked, but eventually you do. And that vulnerability opens up a lot of, it's a shared experience, Everybody feels vulnerable in that room. And so then they're able to open up about things about themselves, and that gives you room for deep exploration. And when you're better connected to yourself, you're better connected to others. So strength through vulnerability.
Love that. Arinda, what about you?
The main thing I took away from my first BE experience is just the sacredness of life, really, the sacredness of sexuality, the ability to heal and to start anew. Like it wasn't a starting over for me, but recognizing that a starting over was possible, and that and expected and accepted. So accepting the changes that were happening in my life were a little easier after that. I went in to be looking for community, and I definitely got that out of it. Yeah. And that was 4 years ago, and now I'm part of a couple of massage exchanges, which is really part of what keeps me going every day, knowing that next week I'll have a massage exchange. And I just do this with Body Electric graduates. So there are alumni, because those people have the language and the courage to show up in a manner that's beautiful. And I know I can say what I want to them, and they will thank me for telling them what I want. Or if they're giving me something I don't want, they'll thank me for my no, or how to change it, or I'll thank them for their no. Like, it's just, there's a language that you learn to ask for what you want, and then just how exciting it is to get it. It's like, instead of being told, like pre-Body Electric, if I ever asked for what I wanted, I always thought I was being greedy or bitchy or bossy. And now it's like, thank you for looking after yourself. And say, oh, well, what a different conversation I'm having, and how that perspective has shifted. It's really quite beautiful.
Thank you for that. The main thing I took away from my first CBE, there are so many things, but the first thing I want to say is, like, I couldn't wait for the next one, And I think one of the biggest things is, this is strange to say, but from the time I arrived all the way through to the end, I felt like I was home. Like, I already knew all of this stuff, but I'm kind of like a closet mystic, like a closet, like Eros or something. And I feel like being in that environment, I was like, I've been doing this my whole life. Like, I can remember engaging in massage, like, in high school. You know what I mean? I've always kind of been in touch with all of this in my own way, but like in the shadows. And I walk into this beautiful space and I spend the weekend with all of these people in this magic. And I'm like, oh, okay, like I need to bring this out and online, like, and also how beautiful it's been all along, it's almost feels akin to like if you're someone who's like queer, for example, and maybe you enter like a queer space for the first time and you feel like there's nothing wrong with you, and in fact you're fucking beautiful, pardon my candor. It's like that, um that's really one of my biggest takeaways, I would say. Yeah. Let's all share a breath on that note. And I'm curious, for those of you watching and listening, if you've already attended a CBE, we invite you to share in the comments below what was your main takeaway from your first CBE. We'd love to hear from you. And also stay tuned for future episodes in our new Taboo Talk series, and visit www.bodyelectric.org to learn more and register for our upcoming workshops. We offer online and offline workshops. Some are paid, some are free. We make it really accessible and easy for you to engage in and try on the sexy and transformative work we do at the school, and to find the right trajectory for you. So until next time, be well.